Right, wall sharpening, guys. We've got a special guest today. It's now people like this don't come along very often. It's a mad thing he's done, to be honest with you, and I'm going to leave him explain what that is now. But yeah, we've got Sean Begg from Scotland.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Sean Begg. Ended up writing a book in the lockdown. And the thing is about my book, I'm severely dyslexic. I'm illiterate. Can't read or write a three-letter word.
Yeah.
But I thought the biggest challenge I could do is to get my stories out there and get them published. And I achieved that. And I ended up getting 5 stars on Amazon, but it was even better than I thought.
That's amazing, mate.
And it was the thing is, I got told it was 30 pages bigger than Lord of the Rings. Means I was like, it was quite a big book, like.
It was what, 30 pages bigger than Lord of the Rings?
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, that's what they say there. Because when I went and published it, it was on what company was it first? It was Lulu.com, and it was an ebook, and then Amazon picked it up. And they made it in a proper book. And they told me the price of the book, and I said, look, nobody's going to buy it for that price. And they said, well, why not cut it down into 3 books? And I was like, I'm not going to do that. Means I went and said, well, why not I take the colour out? It means the e-books in colour and the books in black and white.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of artwork in it and a lot of visual stuff.
Yeah.
Because I was wanting to make it as cheap as possible. It means it'd be more accessible for people there. Because nobody's going to buy a book for £25. I was like, make it £9 the cheapest I could do it. Yeah.
Well, no, that's, it's an amazing thing you've done there with the thought of, it's obviously when it's a higher price, people are going to, it's hard, especially when you're trying to come onto the market with something so new. And, I bet, try and explain to us what this book is about. Like, I know, I can't imagine what it would have been like writing a book if you're dyslexic.
Yeah, well, it all came about when I was in high school. I really liked English, and at the time when I was in high school, you end up getting labelled. You're basically, I was a guinea pig generation. We label you, but we don't know what we're going to do with you. I liked English. I wrote a story, and then the teacher never marked it for me because they said you had to get somebody else to help you with spelling.
Yeah.
I end up snapping in class because it's frustrating. It's something I can't do. Means I end up sitting in a classroom by myself for 2 years. Yeah. And I thought I could either sit here and just look at the walls, or I could start writing stories, what I do love doing. Means I ended up writing stories, and the only way I did it was through symbols that I thought. Means it was like hieroglyphics, because I knew what I read, and a picture as well. Means years later I could look at a picture and the hieroglyphics, and I could read it myself.
Yeah.
And then I got somebody else. My mom helped me and so other people to write the story out for me. It means it's in English. It means you can see both sides, like the way I spell it and the way it's meant to be spelled. And that was the whole book. And it's basically it's short stories, and there's what do you call it? Gothic fairy tales. That's what I say. It's a bit of magic and a bit it's more to do with like my thoughts and feelings, and I think was it 2 weeks before it was coming out, I was like, oh no, that's in there and this is in there, and then I was like, it's all or nothing. I have to just be honest, and it's stories about me being depressed and feeling low. I was writing it and I thought, you know what, I'd rather just put it out there and everything out there, and it's done well, because then other people see it and go, well, I like to laugh as well.
I can totally understand things with depression. As you know, I suffer myself. There's so many people that do suffer, and it's easy for people to turn around and say, well, how is he suffering? Or it doesn't matter who you are, how it comes across. There's people suffering inside all the time, with something like, especially with kids growing up who are dyslexic, it's going to automatically make them feel low. that people. But I mean, we are living in a time now where there's so much more understanding than there was when you were younger, growing up with it. You know.
Yeah, I mean it's more better now, but it's still a long way. Like
Oh yeah.
even with jobs, like I've been in so many different jobs, and I either get fired because I've been hiding it, and I've only been honest in the last 2 years. Like I can't read it right, yeah, because I was so ashamed, being age I am, and I can't read it right. For you get people going, "Oh, have you never learned?" And you're like, "Of course I have it."
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like with the book then. So in the book, is the book made up of all symbols and things like that? So like I'm trying to have you got like some pages there we can sort of
I'll be 2 seconds.
to try and give me a picture, and we'll have a look at the cover as well.
The problem I ended up giving my book away to my mate, and never came around to get buy a book back.
Yeah,
that's the cover. You can see it.
Other side. Oh, so that's the cover. So it's Alone in My Head, is it?
Yeah, that was the other thing. Amazon wasn't they're wanting me to change it because they said it's a spell mistake. I said no, it's a Scottish slang word.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah. It's the way the Scots say heed.
And he never understood it. And I said no, I'm keeping at it.
Yeah.
But I end up getting that picture taken, and I think was it 3 months later, the police came on my door on my birthday, because they seen a picture of me on the railway, and they said you're not allowed to do that, and I'm like, and they said we could charge you for that, and I said it's my birthday. I said it's my birthday day, and they went and said we can't charge you on your birthday, like I mean, he did say it was a cool picture. He goes, it looks like an album cover,
Yeah.
But I'll show you what is that. We are like.
So when people are reading this book, will they understand the symbols?
Hopefully, because I think the symbols is quite easy to understand, because it's like hieroglyphics. Means you see a little man pointing up arrows and certain things.
Yeah.
Eye for eye, and it means it's all written like that. And it's a bit like emojis now, That's really what. Yeah.
No, it's interesting. It's doing well on Amazon, as you said.
Yeah. I mean, what is it like when it came out? Like I was just more happy if I just had a book myself, and then all of a sudden I got onto 5 stars on Amazon.
Yeah.
And then they ended up getting in Goodreads as well. There's a lot of people reading it saying this should be in schools.
Yeah.
Other people can understand. And then I started getting into magazines and papers with it.
Yeah.
And means that was good. I was in the Sun paper, and I was quite chuffed because they found out I used to do wrestling. It means there was a picture of me used to do wrestling and with my book. Means I thought that was quite cool.
That's good, yeah, because it's it makes you think. Throughout history, a lot of I think like languages written in text is a bit of a stupid way to communicate, really, through writing, because throughout history, you look at all the Egyptian hieroglyphics, everything was all done in symbols, and
I'd say the same as mine. Mine is I was exactly the same. It was just my way to trying to learn how to read and write, and I did it right up till I was about 25, the book, and then I stopped. Used to go to reading classes, and I thought the penny's not dropped there. I'm about as bad as a 5-year-old at reading and writing. It means then I think I got I think I was 30, and I thought I'm going to go back because I got a box of stories, and I thought this is one to be an achievement for me. If I could get this out. It means I wrote a few stories when I was 30, and then I got it out there. Means I'm busy with my other book right now. I've got a ghostwriter. He's writing out for me again. I've got a box of stories.
That's cool. Yeah. So what's the other one? So what's the next book?
Oh, the next book is it's called Candyland. And it's basically a sort of Del Boy character, but cheeky chappy, and he gets more and more involved in the wrong side of life, more than that. So he starts off as it's just a bit of a Del Boy, but he just goes down a bit of a slope.
Yeah.
I was when the boy's writing it, he was laughing. He goes, I kind of like to listen. He goes, I know what area you're on about. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, have you got anything of an example of like what the sort of writing and symbols look like, or have you got anything to hand?
Sorry, I had it all.
Because I'm trying to like envision what it would sort of look like, if you know what I mean.
This is a bag of old stories anyway.
Yeah. No, I mean it's really interesting because there's so many people like you who will be probably frustrated and thinking how can they sort of vent themselves through writing and things like that, and you've shown it is possible.
As where we go.
Let's have a look.
2 seconds. Sort of like that.
I can sort this a little bit blurry. It is. If you move your face, I think it's trying to focus on your face, is it? So have you got like underneath? It's hard to tell. It's a bit blurry. It is. But say now, yeah, move it closer. Move it closer.
Sorry. There we go.
Right. So the writing underneath. What's the writing underneath then? Is this for people to look at to see what the symbols mean?
Well, the writing's the way I spell it.
Right.
And then I put symbols at the top to remind me of what I spelled it.
Right, I've got you now.
And then you got second sheet. It'd be actual English way of spelling it. It means it's spelled correct. It means you can look at both.
Yeah. So do you have trouble with all words, or is it just some words?
All words. It's a weird one because, like, again, I was even trying to know what dyslexia was all about, because I was seeing other people and there's different levels. And you get some people that get B's and D's mixed up, and you get other people that's rough reading and writing, and then you get people like me who's just illiterate. And I just found ways of hiding it. Like, I used to work on work sites, and then I'd be on that site for about 4 weeks, and by the time we started catching on, I'd be on another work site, and I just told this, I forgot my glasses, and then it affects other things. It affects like your short-term memory. But I thought, why have I got a problem with short-term memory? And I mix up stuff, like put stuff back to front. Go shop and get 5 things. I'll come back with 4 things. I forgot about it.
Hey, I do that.
Well, maybe you're dyslexic.
I could well be, mind. There's been certain times I've sort of mixed things up, and I thought to myself, because I wonder if, I think with a lot of these things, things that are going on with people these days, I think we've all got certain bits of it, but it's stronger in some people than it is others,
I think I see it as like I try to see it as positive. As far as like, I'm not good at reading and writing, but I'm really good at visual and like creative stuff. Like I'm into filmmaking and doing animation, and like I like drawing. My mum's done these paintings at the back. That's not mine. But
good.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a tattooist. I'm an artist, so I can appreciate that.
I seen your stuff. It's really good.
Thank you, mate. No, I appreciate it.
But I'd say that's what I'm into, visual stuff. But I'm twice as good at it. Just a shame I can't do reading and writing.
Yeah, but that's something that I'd like in school with me. I was never doing well in school. If I'm not interested in something, I literally switch off. I can't, like, anything to do with paperwork, I just can't do it. And what I find I do as well, right, is say now I've had a letter, I'll read like the first few lines, I'll skip a load thinking I can guess what that's going to say. I'll go to the middle and read some of that, and then I'll go to the end and summarise my own version of what the letter was. It's just lazy, right? It's lazy, but I just physically, if there's a load of paperwork in front of me, I won't read it. I can't concentrate long enough to sit there. I can't read a book. I just can't do it. But there's so many people in school is when when you're in school and they're sort of telling you you're no good, you don't fit in. It doesn't mean nothing, because when you come out of school, like the things that I am interested in, I'll just put 110%, and I won't switch off, and I'm like a dog with a bone with it. Like learning all this computer equipment, the set.
Right.
I've done all of this myself, the programming, setting it all up, learning how the audio works, learning how the editing works. Like these are things that a lot of people can't sit down and do themselves.
No.
But it doesn't mean that, like with you with the book, it does. Look what you did. There's a lot of people that can't do what you did.
I think it was a blessing in disguise what happened there. Like at the time, I got fired from my job, and I was like, you know what, I'm done working for people there. I'm just like, I was feeling that low about it. And then two weeks later, the lockdown happened, and I was like, hey, just welcome to my level.
Yeah.
And then I just took off doing things I love doing.
Yeah.
And I've just been sticking at it now.
Yeah.
I mean, other people had a hard time in the lockdown, but like me, it was probably a good time, because it was time to like focus on what I'll be doing with my life.
Yeah. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people like that who've like with me, it was tough. It was tough. Lockdown was with the business, the tattoo business. Didn't really know where I was. Didn't know where we were going. We still don't in some ways. It's not over yet, but it's not over yet. But with regards to COVID, that's when I set this podcast up. So something was created there. It's pushed a lot of people into sort of pursuing their own ways to access money. In some ways, they've started businesses because they had their jobs stopped, and it's pushed people to do things they wouldn't normally do.
Yeah, definitely. Like I just people thinking, right, you know what, this is what I want to be doing. I don't want to be working on here anymore. Doing actual going for it. I mean, like I did that. Next week I got to BBC. They got in contact with me last year.
Yeah.
They want to do a documentary about my book. I mean, it's a short documentary.
Is it?
Yeah, it's just on the social.
That's good. Good advertisement for you.
Aye, but the weird bit is what happened through lockdown. They said they got in contact with me. They told me, yeah, we're definitely going to do it. And then they asked me to do videos for them. And then they wanted me to do more videos to do with dyslexia. And I'm like, I don't want to be doing videos on dyslexia. I don't mind doing one or two, but no, I want to be just labelled, a sort of dyslexic guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I did that for them, and then they dropped me. And then I was like, oh, well, that was I did 120 videos for them. These ideas, and then they dropped me, and I was like, oh, well, that's that. And then they got back in contact. Want to do a short documentary about it. And I'm like, okay.
Well,
we see if it happens. It might end up. They might drop me again. It's a thing where like.
You've just got to sort of use them now to get to where you want to go. Do you know? Have you tried reaching out to any other sort of TV?
Oh, like I wrote a big list, and I was like every day I used to either email them. I got somebody to write out an email, and I was just sending it to different companies, and then if I find their phone number, I used to hound them on the phone till they answer it.
Yeah, just keep on.
I thought that's probably not the best way of doing it, but like I was just trying.
It's the only way you get heard, mate. I mean, especially with that sort of business, and like when I try to get guests on and things like that, I don't hound enough. Probably I try and message some of these big celebs and stuff, and they don't even see half of them. But you got to try, mate.
Like I watched the way I found you is I was watching was it Dayton from Dirty Sanchez.
Oh yeah, Pan Show.
Pancho, that's him.
Yeah.
Because I was a big fan of like Dirty Sanchez back in the day. Like we used to run a bit with video camera, just imitating what they used to do.
Yeah, I did too. Yeah.
You check this generation, just going mad. Like it was. But I ended up making a film. It was a documentary, and I took, again, it was a box. I had loads of old tapes, And last year I edit it all together, and then I got one of my mates to come with me, and we're watching it through. And it was like 18 years later. It started off in the late 90s to the early 2000s, and we're watching us now grown up, watching us how and it got an IMDb, means it did all right, and we're now trying to get in different platforms. It's called Monkey Culture. It's again, it was in a few newspapers. It was in
was it?
It was in a few newspapers. Saying it was boys would be boys, and it was just like you seen us when we were younger, and I'm like, oh man, But that's like everybody else, we all go through phases.
Oh yeah. If I went to my parents' house now, there's videos of me skateboarding, trying to 360 over bins on a snake board, and yeah, I used to. It's mad how much the era sort of changed, because I remember when like video cameras first sort of became accessible for us. It was just like, I'd have my father's video camera and we'd all be skateboarding, and that was my thing. Like,
that was exactly the same as me. Like, what is that? Like, now you got your phone, and you can sit there and you can edit out your phone, you can film everything.
Yeah.
And it's like, see back in the day when I was younger, I had to borrow my mate's dad's video camera.
Yeah.
And go, can I have it for a couple of days? And then we used to go out and I used to film everything, and then even trying to like edit on a TV. I used to edit my videos on a TV. Like, I used to take a tape out, put it in the tape machine, put a blank tape in, film it with the TV, pause it, do it like that, and then have music in the background. I had loads of old footage, us, and I edit it all together, and it was a tribute for my friend. He was my best friend, Thomas Stickland. He passed away last year. He was meant to be doing a film. I was wanting him to be a part of the BBC, what I was doing at the time. Because I thought he was just a character.
Yeah.
And a day we're meant to go filming, I get a phone call from my other friend saying he's passed away, and I said, "You're winding me up." I was just on the phone to him, and he passed away. He was just turned 32. 3 weeks later, he was
that's awful.
But I mean, we thought, right, I'm still going to do this video, and I got my other friend to help me out with it, and we did a tribute, and we put it in a local cinema, and we got all his friends, family, and we had that for a night, and then I was like, look, I'm going to try to get on certain platforms. Because I've been trying right now to get on different platforms. Because I thought I want him to live forever. I want people to mind him.
Yeah,
he was a character.
It's an amazing thing. It's an amazing thing to do. That is, mate. Putting it on is a good idea. Putting it on in a local cinema, and is that the monkey culture thing you're on about? Is it?
Yeah, that's it. It's just again, because I told him my idea at the time. I was doing videos for the BBC for his social, and I was like, I really want Tam involved in this because he's going to steal the show. He was like, the way he's playing Tam, you seen Trainspotting?
Yeah.
Nah, you know Big Bay at Trainspotting? That was Tam.
Which one?
Big Bay with a moustache.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was Tam. He was like him and a bit like Danny Dyer. He was like cheeky chappy sort of guy.
Yeah.
I thought he's going to steal the show, and then I said, I'm doing this video, and we should watch it 18 years later. Us now, we're growing up, we're moved on, and and the day I went out to film it is the day that he passed away.
Because he's young passing away.
Yeah, he was just turned 32 3 weeks later, and because of lockdown, I couldn't see him. It means it was the day lockdown restrictions opened up. It means I said, right, we're going to do it this day.
Yeah.
It means it's a shame. I mean, it took. I'm saying you never get over it, but it definitely took me a year to go, oh, he's not here no more.
Yeah, it just doesn't sink in, does it? I suppose these things, when we're growing up, when we're younger, they sort of mould us into the people that we become now,
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you got to go through that phases and then realise, you know what, I experimented, I mucked about. And then, because if you didn't do it, you're going to do it later on in life, or means. I mean, people who watched the video got it, and they turned it in and go, we're exactly the same, and what is it? it's just boys being boys and just mucking about.
Yeah.
Just I mean, out of it, like at the time, it was good. I'm just trying to get on a different platforms, and it's a lot more harder than I thought. Like again, like film festivals won't take it because you're already on IMDb, you're already on certain platforms on the internet, and you're like, well, it's but they need to jump on that bandwagon and stop being old school and just go like, you know.
Yeah, like how long is the film?
It's an hour and 30 minutes long.
Can you why don't you post it on Spotify?
Well, I would say that was the other plan. The company, hopefully it's going to go on. They're going to take it and they're going to submit it to different platforms, like streaming platforms.
Yeah.
But when they sent me back saying, look, we need subtitles. They're an American company. We can't understand what you're saying. Now I'm trying to get somebody to write subtitles out for me. I'm trying to do it by voice activated, but it's not working out.
I get that coming from Wales as well. Don't worry. Some people have asked me, am I Jamaican? Like, yeah,
it's not a bad accent. It's a good accent, man.
I don't know. It sounds, when I listen to myself back, it sounds like I'm talking really slow.
Yeah. You'd be good at reading books, man. Like I'll be like a proper chilled out book.
Reading books, yeah. Oh God, I mean, I told you what I'm like reading. I skip through everything. The book will end in about 2 seconds. I'll just flick through it, like. But yeah, no, I mean it's amazing what you do, mate. And like we tell people where they can find, not just the book. Tell them where they can find the film you've done as well.
It's on IMDb. If you type in my name, Sean Begg, or type in Monkey Culture IMDb, it'll come up there. It was on the Radio Times as well. It was on Edinburgh Live. You can get it there as well. And yeah, I mean, hopefully, like it's been 6 months. I've been trying to, get a company to actually take it on, and they submit it to proper platforms, because we try to get it on. If I get it with this company, and hopefully I'm going to get it on Prime Video, and I'll be achievement.
That would be good, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Netflix be a good one.
Oh, Netflix! I already had a look at Netflix, man. It's like I don't know how to go about.
Yeah, I wouldn't have a clue with all of that. I wouldn't have a clue without to get through to them.
But like as company, like they seem like a chat, and they go back in touch, and they're interested, but they say there's a couple of things you need to put subtitles there. That's your downfall there. And the poster is too big. I need to like make it smaller for their network there.
Yeah.
I mean that's and like a book. It's on Prime Video. Prime Video. I'm talking rubbish. It's on
Amazon Prime.
That's the one. It's on Amazon, and you can get it on ebook as well. But you can get.
And it's called
Alone in My Head.
Alone in My Head. So it's spelled Heed.
That's the ebook. I had to change the spelling. It's they asked me what I spell, and I had to change it to that.
Did they leave it as Heed, or is it Head? Alone in My.
Oh, it's not. It's Alone in My Head, but the spelling has been changed slightly.
It's been but they didn't change it though. It stayed as Heed.
No, I had to get changed at the end.
Oh, they did change it.
Yeah, it's shape.
So it's Alone in My Head.
It's Heid. Is that?
So they changed it to that. That's confusing, isn't it?
Yeah, I was like, all right, but.
So why did they do that? It was
just they thought it was a spell mistake, and I fought for it for ages, and it took 4 months, and I was like, look, if you're going to change it to this spelling. And then changed it to that spelling. It means it is heed still, but it's not heed in the way I would have spelled it.
Yeah. I'm trying to make it clear so people can find it. So if they're on Amazon Prime, type in alone in my HEID.
Yeah.
Is that right?
I'm dyslexic, but
yes, I know. I suppose I'm asking you when it's I'm sure people will find it when they go on there anyway. Type in alone in my, and then either try HEED, HEAD, or HEID. Try it all.
Or just type in my name and it'll come up. What is it? Amazon, and it'll come up for it.
Yeah, just type in Sean Begg alone in my, and then that should come up. I'm trying to make it as easy as I can for everybody to find it.
But no, I send you a copy, didn't man?
Yeah, that'd be amazing, mate. That'd be amazing.
Like you helped me out being on the podcast.
Hey, it's all right, mate. It's taken me a while to get it going, and I've had a lot of shit going on, mate. A lot of shit going on, and I a couple of weeks ago, I couldn't even sit down like this. Like I just couldn't do it. No, just hopefully I'm on the on the app now, but it sort of goes like that with me. Yes.
Like I'm really hard on myself. Like I can't achieve when I do something. I'm like, right, what's the next thing? I can never like appreciate it, and then I'm really hard on myself. Like even like my sleep pattern. I'm worrying about stupid things and like.
Oh, I know. I know all about that, mate. Yeah, I work myself up into a hell of a mess. I'm just thinking about things that haven't even happened, and it just anxiety, mate. It just runs away with you.
That's exactly the same as me. Like I've got even with like having a drink, it's like it takes me days to recover now. If I always did that, because I think it's inside. I'm just like I get really done there, and I'm like I think everyone hates me. I'm this and that, and and I'm like,
I get that.
What's the point in drinking?
I try and keep myself away from anything now that like I don't drink much alcohol anymore. I came to like a realization on that. You're just feeding that that feeling, Now and again, if it feels right, I'll have a couple, but a lot of the time I just rather be in the house. If I have a drink, I'll have one or two in the house. But it probably sounds boring, but I'm getting old now. I've done it all. Like
that's it. Like I totally get it. Like because like I can sit here and I can be as friendly as ever in front of people, but I'm my own worst enemy. Like behind closed doors, I'm sitting there feeling down, and I'm like the stuff like you've been describing. Like you told me, I'm like I've been in that situation so many times, and went, I missed an that and the next,
Oh yeah, like there was something I wanted to say as well earlier, and it was like they should, use really what you've sort of done with the communication side of things, because they've got people, if they're deaf, they'll do sign language, the ways to be able to communicate across. I think in the future things will go to a symbol sort of way of communications for writing, because people's already started doing it with emojis and shit like that.
Well, as when I seen that, I thought, and even over in like China, the way it's no dyslexic people in China, because it goes up and down the way, instead of across. And it's all symbols.
Yeah,
I mean, like people learn a symbol, and that's the word, and I think that's more clever.
It seems, it's almost, it is. Again, it's like Egyptian hieroglyphics, isn't it? It's. I just think that it could be something that pushes it in the right direction now for them to maybe teach people with dyslexia in schools, because it's probably people have been looking for a way to be able to transition. Because that's what it is. It's a transition from the words to.
Well, it's even like they like to like if what is it? Say if you're foreign but like if you've seen certain symbols, you understand it, and everybody understands what symbols is. I mean, it's not like, because English, I think, is meant to be hardest one till we learn how to read it, because so I got told. It's
Yeah,
hard,
yeah.
yeah.
It is. I mean, the English language, when you think about it, I mean, if tried learning Welsh, it's even worse. I mean, I can't speak it, but I mean, it's. I could never learn another language. I just couldn't.
Same with me. Like, it's like, so even on the west coast of Scotland, like in the north, they speak in Gaelic, and they speak English as well. But
Yeah,
man, like, nah, there's no way.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's difficult. It is difficult. But you know, it's an amazing thing you've done, mate. It is an amazing thing you've done. I mean,
thanks.
you know, when you reached out to me and you said, and I was thinking, Christ, you know, what an achievement that is, because like I was saying, I couldn't write the book, but you know, and I couldn't write the book. I just couldn't. But I can't even read one properly. I'm just flick through it. But it just goes to show that, you know, like I was saying about the school thing, if you're not interested in something and you can't, you know, put your mind to it, but the things that you really are interested in, and that's something I always push with the podcast, because I always tell people, follow your dreams. You know, I did with mine with the tattooing. That's what I always wanted to do, and that's what I went for. And, you know, don't leave anything get in your way, or anybody tell you can't do it. And that goes for anybody. You know, you lived a much more fulfilled life chasing those dreams.
Well, definitely. Like, if I look back at certain stuff I've done, and I'm like, it's been different, you know. And I think even like, well, like yourself, you know, you're creative and you're artist. I mean, that's probably like at school. It's just, you know, that's what you want to do. Your mind's already off on a different tangent than everybody else. Like,
yeah.
Means, you know, it's because they're kind of stuck in a box. They didn't see creative side. It's like,
oh yeah,
yeah,
yeah, it is. But you know, again, it's just amazing what you've done, and hopefully anybody now watching this, you know, go across, get yourself an order of it, guys. I mean, if anybody's listening, you know, who's got family who are dyslexic, or, you know, children especially, I suppose, you know, it's a way for them to, you know, it's giving them sort of ideas and hope. Like, you may have planted the seed where somebody else will pick this up now and could progress into something.
I think a good bit is I was honest with him about like the whole, like the way I was feeling. There's a lot of that for at a time, like I was saying 3 weeks before it was coming out. I'm like, do I want to put it in? And I'm like, no, I have to put it in. It's all or nothing. And it means like frustrating being dyslexic and going, I really want to do this, but it's such a barrier, and just having low self-esteem in yourself. Because like I've only been honest about 2 years, you know, and I had it for years. And I think so many other people like that who end up either, it sounds bad, but either go down the wrong path because they are frustrated, and they see a glass ceiling above themselves. They go, I can't achieve that. I can't, you know, means they go down a certain way, or, you know, or they end up thinking, well, because you called me a clown, they end up coming up a clown, or they end up, you know, feeling like that. Because I know the way I felt in high school. You know, like people thought, well, you're stupid, you're this, that, and the next. Means I thought, well, I'm stupid, I must be stupid. You know, you know, and I went, you know, and then you end up, going down a certain way.
Yeah, well, it's if you do, you know, if you feel like you're supposed to fit into a certain box, I suppose, which, you know, I've never felt I fitted really into any sort of category. I mean, that's it's the way I feel in my head, or do you know what I mean? I don't feel like I fit. I've always had a thing where I don't really feel, I'm like, I don't really know my place, like, you know, but
that's the same as me.
Who has? I mean, I suppose I overanalyze consciousness way too much. I do. I'm very aware of consciousness, so that was part of the overthinking thing, like, you know.
I do that. I'm really. The thing what I used to, I was good at reading a room. I was good at reading people, and but in the same way, it was because then I'll go back and I'll be overthinking that. I'll be negative about myself.
Yeah.
But I'll be thinking like how good that person is. You know, like if I was in a room, I'll boost that person up. You know,
Yeah.
I would even if I felt low, I would never take somebody else down with me.
No,
or like
no.
because I always seen that because I had so-called mates my whole life doing stuff like that. You know, like
Yeah.
keeping you down.
Yeah.
Because yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean the human race is a weird one. I mean, you can have some people who are like your best mates, and when they see you doing something, they'll start to think, "Oh, hang on a minute," you know, and they'll turn on you a little bit. You can get it, like, you know, you always hear stuff happening like that. I mean, it's about surrounding yourself with the right people and things like that. You know, that's what it's about. Keep yourself surrounded by good people.
Yeah, definitely. You only need that like I only got like a handful of mates because I don't need like all
You
these.
don't
You know, like
need.
well, I've got you get loads of people. I've got this many people on Facebook. I'm like, so what? You
Yeah,
know, like
I mean, Facebook is just.
It's just Facebook. Yeah. It's like I got one. Like you get if you got one good friend, that's it. That's all you need. Like that.
You know, there's a lot of good people out there. You know, obviously there's a lot of good people out there, but there's only a certain few you can really count on. You know, when the going gets tough, and you know they're the important ones that you need to look after.
They're rare when you're doing all right, or if it's social circles.
Exactly. Yeah. When things are going amazing, there'll be a lot. You know, there's a lot of people, I suppose, about then. But it's when the going gets really tough, the dark times. You know, they're the ones you need to look around and count. Like, you know, but mate, no, it's amazing. It's been brilliant having you on. And is there anything else? Anything you want to say? You know.
Probably when I come off, I'll be like, oh, I should have said that. I've totally forgotten. No, like, I know it's just hopefully in the future, like my book, sorry, my second book will be out, and hopefully, if film Monkey Culture would be on some sort of platform. Another platform.
So what was that then that you said multiculture?
Yeah, monkey culture.
Like monkey. I thought you said multiculture then. I thought it was something else again.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So, like people ask me, well, how did you come up with the name monkey culture? And I was saying, as far as like, you know, alpha male, who's harder and who's more mental and who, and then you realise it's this animal behaviour. You know, when you're younger, like it means monkey culture, and that was the whole point in it.
Yeah.
You know, like you know, like even like when you used to do chaka stuff and muck a bit, it's like you always got one guy who'd done it, took it too far, and you're like, you know.
Yeah, just trying to outdo each other. Outdo each other. But yeah, mate, everybody now who's, you know, listen to this, check his stuff out. You know, he's overcome some amazing things to get where he is. And no, mate, I can't thank you enough, and I wish you all the best for the future. And I'm sure, you know, keep following that dream, mate.
Yeah, same goes to you. You know, like I messaged you was a few months ago, and I was saying, man, you're doing so well for yourself. You know, like you're doing a dream. Like
I appreciate that.
Yeah, and I meant it as well because I totally understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, it's a difficult road, but you know, we keep pushing, mate. We'll keep pushing, and hopefully, that's all we can do.
That's it, like Hey, thanks for having me on.
Hey, mate, thank you very much. Hey, this is Sean Begg. Check out his stuff, and this is Wall Sharpening, guys. Thank you very much.
See you later on.